Hey everyone, it's Sarah at Repeat Crafter Me, and today I'm going to show you how to make the bunnies in a row hat. This is perfect for the spring season or the Easter holiday. The little cluster stitches and these little single crochets in those post stitches really create the look of a little bunny silhouette, kind of like a Peeps marshmallow candy. You could even put a little white stitch or tiny little pom-pom on there for a little bunny butt. I don't know. It's just so cute. And of course you can make your bunnies in any color. I am using Bernat Super Value yarn. This is a nice worsted weight yarn, and this is colors mint, peony pink, and this one is the yellow. And I just thought these were a great combo for the season. So let's just get started. This is the newborn size that I'm going to show on camera, and I will have the other sizes, newborn to adult, available on repeatcrafterme.com. All right, so let's grab your, drop my size H crochet hook. All right, and we're gonna start with the mint color yarn. So we're actually gonna be working from the top down. So you'll be creating your bunnies upside down, and then when you're done, you'll just turn the hat over and everything will look cute and perfect. Okay, let's grab this yarn. What's going on here? All right, we are gonna start, if I can find the end, with a magic ring. I'm gonna chain 2, and I'm gonna make 11 double crochets in the ring. And 11. Okay, grab some more yarn here. We're going to pull that magic ring tight, and we're going to join to that first double crochet. We're going to chain 2, and we're going to make 2 double crochets in each stitch around. So you should have a total of 22 double crochets when you're done. So I'm just making 2 double crochets in each stitch. Okay, we're going to join. This is our third round. We're going to chain 2. We're going to make 2 double crochets in the first stitch, and then 1 double crochet in the next. Okay, and we're just going to repeat that around. So 2 double crochets all in one stitch, 1 double crochet in the next. Repeat around. My yarn is not flowing how I want it to flow. There we go. And you should have 33 double crochets at the end of this round. Okay, last 2 stitches, 2 double crochets, and then 1 double crochet. Let's join to the first double crochet, chain 2, round 4. This is going to be our last increase round for this size. So we're going to make 2 double crochets in the first stitch, a double crochet in the next 2. So 2 double crochets, and then 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet. And just repeat that around. And so you will have 44 double crochets, and 44 is basically going to be the stitch count throughout the rest of this project here. And so for the larger sizes, it will be whatever you end on the last of your increases is where you will end up at. Okay. Okay, our last 3 stitches, 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet, and 1 double crochet in that last. Now we're going to join, but at this point we are going to grab the pink yarn. If I can find the end of this, I think I had it. There we go. Okay, I'm not going to fasten off the mint green yet. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that pink yarn by just slip stitching that in there, joining it. I'm just going to chain 1 because for round 5, we're just going to single crochet in each stitch around. So far, we just have our basic hat pattern, very easy. This looks really nice so far. Next round is going to be very easy as well. So again, we're going to have 44 single crochets here. Okay, we're coming to the end. And as you probably suspected, this is where we're going to join in now the yellow yarn. So I'm going to drop the pink. I'm not fastening it off yet because I'm going to have to pick that back up in a little bit. And I'm grabbing the yellow. Sorry, I'm just trying to get a little bit more of the yellow out here. Grabbing the yellow yarn. I'm going to join that in. Okay, and I'm going to chain 2, and we're going to go ahead and make double crochets in each stitch around. This is for round 6. Now the written pattern will have these colors specified. So for this round, I say join in the yellow and make the double crochets in yellow. You can change these, but just be aware that that's how it's written in the pattern. But you can use any colors you'd like. Okay, so I'm making 44 double crochets. Okay, really get some of that yarn. Okay, here we go. Still very simple, but the next few rounds is what I really want to show you, how to make those bunnies, just so there's no confusion. Okay, almost at the end of round 6. All right, and here is where I'm going to join, but I'm dropping the yellow and I'm picking back up the pink, because here's where we're going to make our bunny ears. Okay, so I'm joining in the pink. Just going to show you. Here's where your hat is so far. Okay, so for round 7, this is where I talked about working into kind of the posts of the stitch. So we're just going to go ahead, I'm going to chain 1, but I'm going to reach right into this first stitch. So instead of working like we usually would down here, I'm reaching my yarn all the way up here into just like the middle of this stitch. And I'm going to go ahead and make that single crochet. And I'm just going to go right over to the next one, do the same thing. I'm reaching all the way in to that spot and making another single crochet. So that kind of gives us the look of those bunny ears sitting right into those stitches. Now I'm going to chain 2 and I'm going to skip 2. And those are going to be our spaces between our bunnies. So I'm skipping 2 and I'm working right into kind of that post front of the stitch, making that single crochet, working into the next one, another single crochet, chain 2, skip 2. Okay, so it should look like this so far. We're just going to do that all the way around. Grabbing a little more yarn here. So you'll have 2 of those bunny ear single crochets, chain 2, skip 2, work 2 more bunny ears. And you kind of want to keep slightly loose of a tension. Don't feel like you need to make these stitches super tight or anything. Bunny ears, chain 2, skip 2, working right into those stitches. Chain 2, all the way around. Chain 2, skip 2, those are our last 2. And I'm just going to go ahead and join back in kind of where that first chain spot is. I can even get my hook in here. You are just going to have a little bit of a join line, but that's okay, it's worth it. Okay, and here is where I'm going to join back in my yellow. Ooh, where's my yellow? Join back in my yellow. Okay, and we're going to chain 2. And we are not going to fasten off any yarn, because you are going to see that we're just going to have to switch between the yellow and the pink for a little bit. So just keep everything attached, and you're just going to carry it up from the other rounds. Okay, so for round 8, we're going to reach over to the first yellow double crochet here. All right, I'm skipping the bunny ears, and I'm actually not going to work around that chain 2 because I don't like when it shows through. I'd rather just have it sitting in the back of the hat. So we're going to reach over and we're going to make a single crochet. 1 single crochet into each of these yellow double crochets between the bunny ears. chain 2, skip over, and single crochet. See how I'm just leaving that chain 2 in the back. Single crochet, chain 2 to skip over our bunny ears. Single crochet in those double crochet stitches. Okay, so it should look like this. Okay, you have your little bunny ears peeking through. I'm leaving those chain 2s in the back of the pink, and I'm chaining 2 with the yellow over our bunny ears. Okay, where am I at here? Your yarn might start to get a little tangled. Just try and kind of keep it. Oh, did I make 2? Yep, okay, skip over that. Working in the next. Chain 2. Chain 2. Single crochet in those double crochet stitches. Oh. Having trouble with that one, with this stitch. I can't get my hook in. There we go. Chain 2. Keep going. Almost at the end here. 2. Oh, that was the end. I don't even need to chain 2 at the end. Those are my last 2 stitches. I have that chain 2 from the beginning. I'm going to go ahead. I'm just kind of joining in wherever you can there. Okay, where's my pink yarn? It's time to join our pink yarn back in. This is for round 9. I'm actually going to go, I like to put my hook right here at the bottom and kind of just join it kind of right in where that pink was. Pink and the yellow combined. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and make our bunny bodies. These are calling it a cluster stitch, the bunny body cluster stitch. All right, so we are going to reach over. Go ahead and chain 1. We can reach over, and we are going to be working into, you're going to see the back loop in between those bunny ears, okay? So this loop, all right? And you can go ahead and work over this chain as well. So to make our cluster, so I'm working in that back loop, I hope you can see this, over the chain 2, yarn over, I'm just pulling through 2, yarn over again, I'm working this all in the same stitch, pull through 2, yarn over, so 3 loops on my hook, yarn over in the same stitch, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, one more time, so I want to have 5 loops on my hook, pull through 2, 5 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through all of them. This is kind of your joining, so ignore that. But look, you have the perfect little bunny body. We're gonna chain 2 again. So we're kind of skipping over these stitches and we're going right into the next bunny ear spot. So let's look at this again together. I'm gonna be putting my hook, you're gonna wanna yarn over, but I'm putting my hook in that back loop of the pink of the bunny ears. Well, you can see that, and then over that yellow chain 2. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Keep going to make that cluster. Once I see I have 5 loops on my hook, I yarn over and pull through. chain 2. Okay, so see how those little bunny bodies are turning out already? Let's make a few more so you can see. Yarn over, find that back loop. Let's see if I can, you should be able to see it pretty easily, that back loop. And then over that chain 2. So I'm just making this cluster. Chain 2. Move on to the next. Sorry, I gotta pull out more yarn here. Got a little tangled, but I like to keep everything attached. Chain 2. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So that's the right side up. Look at those little bunnies. They're just so cute. So hopefully now that you see this kind of on camera, it's not as confusing. It's still pretty easy stitches. It just kind of takes a little bit of a certain placement here to make it look the way you want it to look. Oh, that was 5? I wasn't really paying attention on that one. Okay, here we go again. Sorry, I gotta get more yarn here. All right. 2. We're coming to the end. We got 3 more little bunnies here. Chain 2. Chain 2. I'm just going to go ahead and join right to the bottom here of that first bunny. Just kind of find a spot there. Okay. I'm going to drop the pink yarn, join in that yellow. Let's just stop here and take a little look at our work. So you can really see how those bunnies just took shape. Again, they're upside down as we're working, but the hat will be right side up when we're done. Yes, so nice. Okay, so we've joined back in our yellow yarn. I have everything tangled. Okay, you could fasten off your yarn if you'd like. I'm trying to have less ends to weave in. Okay, so now for round 10, I'm just going to go ahead and chain 1 here. Pull that a little tighter. All right, I am going to reach over, and we're going to be working back into these yellow single crochets, okay? And I'm going to be making 2 double crochets, and I'm going to be working over this chain 2 in between the bunny bodies. All right, and you can leave the bottom of the bunnies completely unworked. So we're making 2 double crochets in each of those single crochets, working over that pink chain 2. Okay. It's a little spread out. All right. So I'm skipping over the bunny body. No need to chain. 2 double crochets right in those stitches. And again, I'm actually working right over that chain 2. You could leave it behind if you'd like. I'm just working over it this time. If you need to pop your bunny bodies out a little bit. See how nicely that works? Okay, let's keep going. So I'm reaching over the bunny body. I'm working 2 double crochets in each of those single crochets that I had in yellow. So this means you should have, like I mentioned earlier in this tutorial, a count of 44 stitches. So you should have 44 double crochet stitches when you're done. And you know what? If you don't, if you're off by one, doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, because we're going to be just, working in rounds here. All right. So let's see how that looks. It looks pretty fantastic, huh? You can kind of, I know we're not done with this round, but I just want to show you how nice and cute that looks. You can, play with the yarn a little bit if you feel like some of your stitches are too tight. But once you do this for a little bit, you'll get the tension exactly how you like it. All right, let's keep going. So 2 double crochets in each of those single crochets, skipping over the bottom of the bunny bodies. And after this, there is no more really special stitches to do. It's just so cute. I'm loving it. Okay. How many more do I have here? Here we go, the last 2. So I'm reaching over, that was my last chain 2. I'm reaching over into those 2 single crochet stitches. And you can go ahead and join to the first, where's my first double crochet? Right there. I'm joining back in the pink. You can actually fasten off. We're not going to be using the yellow anymore, so feel free to clip that off if you'd like. And here, so you can kind of see your joining edge right there. But otherwise, the bunnies just look absolutely perfect. Those little bunny silhouettes. Okay, so here we're kind of back at the beginning. So I'm just going to make I'm going to chain 1, and I'm just making a single crochet in each stitch around. 44 single crochets. And I have my yarn twisted in a little bit. And 44. Perfect. Okay, you can clip off. Well, let's join. I'm joining back in my mint green yarn. So I'm actually just going to pull it all the way up. Probably in the larger size hats, you're not going to be able to do this because it's just going to be too far of a stretch there, but well, maybe I should have fastened that off. But here we are. We're just going to do it this way. I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to fasten off this pink. We are done. So hopefully we can untangle. I don't know what's happening here. Oh, it wasn't really tangled. And we're going to go ahead, go in for, what are we? Round 11. We are just going to double crochet each stitch around. Oh, sorry. We are on round 11 was our single crochets in pink. We are on round 12. We're double crocheting in each stitch around. And then you can start on the edging, the ribbed edging, which I just love for these hats. I'm going to pause here after this and just show you the hat, show you where we're at. Okay, there was our round of double crochets. I'm joining, I'm pausing because I just want to show you what's going on here. Take a look at our bunnies. Look how cute they are, all in a row, all the way around. I just think they would look so cute with a little white tail. Up to you. Okay, so now on I love doing this ribbed edging on these hats. You could just continue with a few more rounds of double crochets and maybe do ear flaps. However you want to end your hat, that is fine. I love this ribbed edge. I have the tutorial linked from Daisy Farm Crafts. So I'm actually, since this is the newborn, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this edging is worked right into here. This is a single crochet ribbed edge, so I'm single crocheting in the second chain there all the way down. Okay. Then when I get to the edge of the hat, I slip stitch, and then I slip stitch in the next. And I turn, and I make single crochets in those back loops. So I think I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 1, turn. Let's get all those ends in there. Okay, back loops, single crochet down. And 5. Ooh. And then when I get to the hat, so I've already worked in this one, so I'm slip stitching along that hat edge in one, slip stitch in that next one. You can start to see that ribbed edge there. Turn, and then make the single crochets in the back loops of those 5 stitches on your edge. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to start with a chain of 5. You do a chain of 7. That's what I usually do on the bigger hats. You could do a chain of 10 if you want the edging even longer. You could do a chain of 4 if you wanted to do even smaller. So anyway, I hope you kind of get that technique. There's a There's a whole other tutorial on that I will link to, but it's cute. It'll go all the way around. It looks just like this, and it's like pretty stretchy, so it fits everyone's head so nicely. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this bunnies in a row tutorial. I can't wait to see what colors you use for yours. I will leave the link to the pattern and the yarn and all the other information you may need. Don't forget to weave in your ends, and if you want, for the top, I ordered some. I haven't even decided what which color I like yet, but I ordered some fun faux fur pom-poms. There's a lot of different colors. I may just use this mint green one. I think it's so cute to match this hat. You could do, you know, basic white, gray, black, or you could just make a yarn pom-pom for the top. So I think I'll add that in next. I don't know, get creative and crafty and let me know what your bunny hat looks like. Be sure to tag me at Repeat Crafter Me on social media. Leave me comments, and yeah, I can't wait to see yours. And again, written pattern and photo tutorial is on repeatcrafterme.com.